The story we brought you at 6 o'clock yesterday. This is about several families who came forward with allegations of child abuse after sending their kids to Small World Learning Center in Blaine.
I'm just disgusted that people could do this to children. I mean, their innocence. It's just sick and twisted to me.
2 employees at Small World have now been fired and charged in connection with these allegations, and the school tells us they're going to cooperate with law enforcement and are at this point. But this case brings up very big questions about what kinds of safeguards are in place to protect our kids when they're under a stranger's care, why they failed this time, and what can be done to make sure this doesn't happen again. Danny spent the day looking into this. Danny?
Parents packed the parking lot and filled Small World Learning Center in Blaine this week to demand answers from management. Police arrested 2 teachers from this daycare after investigators say surveillance video captured abuse, such as violent flips and slams, holding a cloth over a baby's mouth, and aggressive shoving.
Our baby was at the daycare for several months.
Before switching daycares, State Representative Nolan West says his own daughter came home from Small World with bruises.
The fact that this was clearly going on a daily basis is insane. You never think it. My first child, never for a million years would think that this would happen.
The Republican representing Blaine now plans to work on legislative solutions. One idea, he says, is to require child care facilities to store surveillance video for longer periods of time.
Especially because my baby was out months ago, so we have no way of seeing the video of when she was bruised.
According to the Minnesota Department of Human Services, the state doesn't currently require child care facilities to have surveillance video or store it for any length of time.
These are their children that they're caring for.
But Deputy Inspector General Alyssa Dotson says there are strict requirements around licensing and hiring.
Parents put a lot of trust into child care centers.
For example, facilities must run candidates through a background study, including BCA and FBI fingerprint checks and sex offender registry searches.
And then some of our social service systems where some of the maltreatment decisions are housed.
When there are allegations of abuse or neglect, DHS personally investigates.
And we have databases that we store that information in, that we do some general checks to see, is there history with this provider of similar incidences with a staff person, with a child.
DHS confirmed there's an open maltreatment investigation at Small World Learning Center in Blaine, but can't say whether it's related to this latest case. The facility's license remains active, and daycare management told us they're cooperating with DHS to improve policies. According to the state's website, a licensing review of the facility last year found some training violations which have since been corrected.
I want to talk to the families more.
Representative Nolan West will make an appearance with families on Wednesday to outline more specific legislative proposals.
I'm optimistic we can make this never happen, or at least as close to never happening again.
I also talked with the National Child Care Association today, and they said incidents like the one we've seen in Blaine are rare, but they do unfortunately happen. They encourage parents to use references when deciding on daycare facilities for their kids and to check state databases for previous violations or discipline at facilities. Janet.
Yeah, Danny, these stories are shocking when we bring them to people, but you know, that's a really good point. It's not like every daycare has someone inspected every single day. It just doesn't work that way. So people have to do some homework on their own end.
Yes, and a lot of resources are available. The state has a lot of it right on its website as well.
And I know you said that the daycare is cooperating. They remain open, it seems?
Yes, they are still open. They are still serving families of multiple locations across the Twin Cities. And yes, sent us a statement saying they fired both employees and are working with not only the state, but also with law enforcement as well.
All right, Danny, we appreciate it.